What's up, YouTube? It has been not too long since I've been on, I believe, but in any case, I want to talk about a very controversial topic, apparently, The Last Jedi. And, I mean, who am I really kidding? The Star Wars movies have been controversial ever since the prequels came out, and people were kind of divided on that, although it was mostly leaning towards negativity. And that has pretty much continued with the new Star Wars films. And but apparently, the Last Jedi is the one that really broke people. And so I'm gonna do really two videos on it. But the first video I want to do is just spoiler free because I mean, let's be honest, I have no doubt that the movie is gonna make its budget back. It's a Disney backed product, and let's face it, Star Wars, good or bad, the movies usually tend to make a lot of money, and the Last Jedi will definitely make his budget back. I don't think there's any danger of anything close to not fan at the box office. But basically, the point of this video is to be non-spoiler review, just for anybody who's curious of what my thoughts on it are, and if you want to, in case you are hesitant, although I doubt you are, but in case you are hesitant to see it or not, I know a few people, my friends, are kind of hesitant to see it, which is why I'm doing this video. Yeah, so I just wanted, like I said, before I keep on getting redundant here, I just wanted to say this is the video to tell you that, in my opinion, I think the movie is very much worth seeing, and I think it's very well done. Now, do I think it's perfect? No. In fact, I think there are very few, if any, perfect movies out there. In fact, the perfect movie does not really exist. And the thing I enjoyed about this movie the most, without spoiling it, is that they did their best to really take it in another, in my opinion, not really another super different direction. People were saying, this is not my Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. I think it still very much felt like Star Wars. It just felt like to really sum it up, they're not relying on the crutch of just somebody doing the same old shit, recycling the Skywalker storyline, because that's, to me, Force Awakens, I first watched it, I loved it. On repeated viewings, it really hammered into me that, man, this movie really is, it is basically a remake of A New Hope with slightly altered storyline, and that, it can be forgiven to an extent, only because it's meant to basically, show a new era of the Star Wars saga. We're starting fresh, and you may feel about everything else, the EU, not the EU, the EU expanded universe getting erased and all that stuff. It's a whole other video. But the point of the matter is that movie supposed to reestablish, I don't know, a Star Wars with the general audience. But on its own merits, Force Awakens is not a bad movie at all. But it certainly is not original, which is a problem for me. I mean, to be honest, if I had to rate Force Awakens nowadays, I would be like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 highest, but definitely a 7 out of 10. Really the range I want to stick at, because the fact that its lack of originality kind of hurts it, as opposed to something like Rogue One, which I think is a complete 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 if you ask me. And I think The Last Jedi, for me, does come in at a solid 8, anywhere from 8 to 9 out of 10. If I was to be super, super critical, I would give it an 8 out of 10, but really I'm leaning towards 9, because the movie had a lot of fun moments, a lot of interesting moments, and what it does is it doesn't try to just make another reboot, because the first trailers I was worried, I was getting pissed, like, this looks like Empire Strikes Back 2.0, which I'm really very pissed off that's what this is. But no, I'm glad it did have homages to it, and homages to Return of the Jedi and many other Star Wars movies. It definitely tried to do something very different with the story. If I had to sum up the theme of the movie, it's rebirth. And I think they did that very well. So, like I said, for anybody who is doubtful about seeing the movie, I definitely go see it for yourself. But definitely have an open mind. I think that's the problem. A lot of movie goers these days, people go in with a certain mindset of how they want the movie to be, and when they don't get what they want, it just leads to, people doing what they do right now, trying to lead petitions to have The Last Jedi be a non-canon. These fantastical things are probably not going to happen, As if Disney's gonna shelve a movie like this, a multi-million-dollar movie, and say, "Oh, you know what? The fans are right. You make it non-canon." I don't think so. Although, as much as I don't like Disney monopolizing everything, I will give them some credit in the fact that, well, it looks like they, I mean, sure, this movie probably had test audiences, and it looks like they didn't carve the shit out of it, unlike, Warner Bros. Did with Justice League and Batman vs Superman, and well, Suicide Squad to a lesser extent. So at least they kind of stick to their guns, kind of. But some of this video, which I want to be a short one, definitely go see the movie and judge it for yourself. And the next video, I'm going to do a discussion basically about the movie and its many aspects, both good and bad, and how I think they'll change the next movie, and what I think of the director, and all these other things. But yeah, in short, my review is very positive of the movie, and see for yourself, open mind.